They often say, don't you, keep a diary and a diary will keep you. Well, I think Mae West said that, didn't she? The Hollywood superstar. And it's true when you think about it, because famous people, really, they keep their diary, and most of them actually sell it. And what we're really interested in is all the scandal, of course, all the gossip, all the people that they met. And what I find fascinating about particularly memoirs, as I've said before, is I'm never really interested in the memoirs written by the celebrity themselves, because they often tarnish it, don't they? They make it a little bit whitewashed. As Mickey Rooney told me when Lana Turner released her book, The Lady, the Legend, the Truth, he said the only bit really was the legend. He said because the lady was a bit debatable, and apparently the truth was very debatable, according to Mickey, and he, of course, had been one of her paramours way back in the 1940s. But when you look at history, it really has something that everybody's fascinated by. And if you cast your mind back to this period in 1962, a lady was suddenly coming onto the scene that was going to become famous and infamous, and I met her. Let me explain. Hi, lovely to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time today. I'm talking about a lady actually that I literally met via fluke. You know, we ended up doing an interview, but I was based at some studios in Millbank in London. It's the very heart of Westminster, working for a major television news network at the time. And she'd come in to do an interview with someone else and they'd gone home. So by default, I ended up meeting and talking for a long period with none other than the infamous Christine Keeler. Now, for many people of a certain generation, Christine Keeler was the Profumo scandal. She helped bring down the Macmillan government and, of course, created, well, what you call now political intrigue. Even after all of these years, that scandal is still the one that's really put up there, basically as a, well, don't do that and don't get caught out. John Profumo, of course, was married to the movie star Valerie Hobson. She'd since retired from being a movie star, but then, of course, really, her lifestyle as an MP's wife was completely shattered. He went on to continue and pick up an award, finally, for all his charitable work. Now, this particular diary from Harrods, from the very famous year of 1962, is up for auction, and it's Christine Keeler's original diary, thoughts and memoir. Now, what's interesting about this is you might say, well, what does that really matter? This was a woman who was a dancer at a very famous club off Beak Street, near Regent Street, called Murray's Club, and she was meeting all sorts of people, like Dr. Stephen Ward, the osteopath too, none other than His Royal Highness Prince Philip. Oh yes. But other than that, there's apparently all sorts of detail in that diary that she wrote literally at the heart of what would now we would see as the burgeoning time of the Profumo scandal. And guess what? It's coming up for auction. It's going to be thousands of pounds, and you're literally going to be looking at a piece of history in your hand. Christine made thousands of pounds over the years while she was, of course, doing various interviews, including one with me. And what was fascinating about this was the fact that her story obviously moved at different circles. But more importantly, of course, this diary details truly what was going on. And I think many people would be fascinated to find the thoughts and, of course, actions of the late and beautiful and never forgotten Christine Keeler. New Sean in the very heart of Brighton.